Good evening, viewers. You are watching Dudarshan Kendra Shillong. We welcome you to today's news edition, and here are the top stories of the day. Prime Minister Narendra Modi reaffirms India's commitment to achieve green development at Reinvest Global Meet 2024. Meghalaya government issues advisory to citizens who have travelled from countries with confirmed Mpox cases. Team from World Health Organization visits Meghalaya to investigate case of vaccine-derived polio in Tikrikela. Shillong bids last farewell to former KHADC CEM and Nongtmai MDC Latiplang Kharkongor. And Muslims take out peace procession in Shillong to celebrate Eid Milad un-Nabi. The news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today reaffirmed India's commitment to achieving green development and net zero targets. He was addressing the gathering after inaugurating the 4th Reinvest Global Renewable Energy Meet. Prime Minister Modi also dedicated to the nation the PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijali Yojana and Mahatma Mandir in Gandhinagar today. The Prime Minister said that, despite being a developing country, India has achieved its climate commitments set in Paris 9 years ahead of the target. He said India has made its green transition a people's movement.
20 में पहला ऐसा देश है जिसने पेरिस में तय क्लाइमेट कमिटमेंट्स को डेडलाइन से 9 साल पहले अचीव कर लिया, 9 साल पहले पूरा कर दिया। हम ग्रीन ट्रांजिशन को पीपल्स मूवमेंट बना रहे हैं।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi today inaugurated Phase 2 of the Ahmedabad Metro Rail Project. He was accompanied by Gujarat Governor Acharya Derived and Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel. The Phase 2 project will connect 21 km between the Narendra Modi Cricket Stadium in Motera and Gandhinagar Sector 1 over 8 stations. The project has been built at an estimated cost of Rs 5,384 crore and will link major locations such as Gujarat National Law University GNLU, Pandit Deen Dayal Energy University PDEU, Gift City and more. Though an isolated case of Mpox has been confirmed in India, however, an official from the Meghalaya Health and Family Welfare Department emphasized that India is not predisposed to an outbreak. The National Centre for Disease Control, through the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, noted that Mpox is more prevalent in Africa. The Meghalaya government has issued an advisory for citizens who have travelled in the past 21 days from countries with confirmed or suspected cases of Mpox. Ram Kumar S., the Secretary of Health and Family Welfare, urged the public not to panic, explaining that, unlike COVID-19, Mpox spreads at a much slower rate.
A kind of virus which is generally in Africa, the predisposition in India for this kind of virus, as mentioned by Center for Disease Control, Center for Disease Control through Ministry of Health and Family Welfare notice, it is not, India is not predisposed for this kind of Mpox outbreak. And Mpox is not like a COVID, where COVID was very serious, and because the rate of spread was very fast. Mpox, it requires an actual physical contact between two people, either very sexual contact or contact through the skin and etc. It requires much more deeper contact, and it is not that anyone with Mpox will definitely die, or it's not like that. Also, the fatality rate is much more higher than COVID, but it is not like that.
Following the confirmation of a case of vaccine-derived polio in a 2-year-old child in Tikrikela, West Garo Hills district, a team from the World Health Organization (WHO) visited the village and collected samples from local children. According to Ram Kumar S., Secretary of Health and Family Welfare, the team identified the need for improved monitoring in specific pockets of the state. During their visit, the WHO team also observed cases of measles rubella in the region of study. The WHO team collected 28 samples from children in the affected village, all of which tested negative for polio. Health officials are closely monitoring the situation to ensure preventive measures are in place.
We sent the samples on 19th of August itself. They received it on 19th actually. That particular case, whether we have got some reports from whether the child had immunity and etc. It seems to be okay, and there is a certain protocol. Once a certain value of vaccine-derived polio or any kind of polio is reported, there is a protocol from WHO as well as from Ministry of Health to do certain level of sampling in the villages for the children, as in screening nearby, everything. So all of these things have already been done. And we had collected about 28 samples, children samples from the village, and none of them have had any, they all turned out negative for any polio. So there is no issue about it. It seems to be a very segregated case of this particular child.
The family, friends and residents of Nong Thamai constituency yesterday bid their final farewell to former Chief Executive Member CEM and sitting MDC of Nong Thamai Latiplang Kharkongor, who passed away on September 13th evening at Shillong Civil Hospital after a prolonged illness. Kharkongor was laid to rest at the Nong Thamai Presbyterian Cemetery. KHADC CEM Pinyat Singh's aim, Deputy CEM Pinchngan N's aim, and other MDCs and officials of the KHADC also attended the funeral. Kharkongor was elected to the Khasi Hills Autonomous District Council KHADC 4 consecutive times since 2004. He was also CEM of the KHADC from November 22nd, 2019 until March 20th, 2020. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has announced that he will resign from the post after 2 days. He said, in the next couple of days, a meeting of the Aam Aadmi Party MLAs will be held to decide a new Chief Minister. Kejriwal demanded that the assembly election in Delhi, which is due in February next year, should be held in November this year along with the Maharashtra elections. Meanwhile, reacting to Delhi CM Arvind Kejriwal's resignation statement, BJP national spokesperson Pradeep Bhandari on September 16th criticized Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and said that he is the principal of the school of corruption.
के बाद आज से 2 दिन के बाद मैं सीएम की कुर्सी से इस्तीफा देने जा रहा हूं और मैं तब तक सीएम की कुर्सी पे नहीं बैठूंगा जब तक जनता अपना फैसला ना सुना दे।
इन सबसे यही स्पष्ट हो जाता है कि अरविंद केजरीवाल खुद मानते हैं कि वो भ्रष्टाचारी हैं, तभी वो रिजाइन कर रहे हैं और ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ अपनी सत्ता बचाने के लिए है।
The United Democratic Party UDP Maukarwat Circle recently organized a meeting at the party office in Maukarwat, Southwest Khasi Hills District, and collected donation for star marathoner Kumoin Lang Watlang and dancer Steve Jirwa. Watlang is a long-distance septuagenarian runner who will be competing in the 13th Pan-Pacific Masters Games 2024, which will take place in Gold Coast, Australia in November 2024. While Steve Jirwa is a star dancer who has reached the final round of the reality show India Best Dancers Season 4 on Sony Television.
Banyak kon bati kungke jing meraja ki khana rel kataru ngam juga nga habagila ai ya nga ban khapti hanga ngade banle banyatur kan bangala namar bagyong fide banle banyakun la banta jonggari te warlai tegari ru ngade banela warla longum no ru kan bala dagi ji ruelem ni jopi dagi ji ruelem ni jopi dagi ji ki bok ki yang jopi ki pa ba ru ko ji long kimi ki long pa ki kon sama ngade banle namar ba ai ba dagi ji le jonga si ko kan ai mensium nak batagi kon sama bagi nang la banang tresitom bagi nang bun ki sport bagi dai ban lej ban isim batagi kon sama.
The Eid Milad un-Nabi Celebration Committee organized a peace procession in Shillong today to promote love, peace, prosperity and humanity. A large number of youths participated in this procession. The event was held to celebrate the birth anniversary of Prophet Hazrat Muhammad, a day of great spiritual significance for Muslims. It offers an opportunity for Muslims to reflect on the Prophet's teachings and renew their commitment to living by his principles of kindness, compassion and faith. In a bid to support and promote agricultural prosperity through food processing, Nongpo MLA Miralborn's aim and former Umbroy MLA George B. Lingdo held a meeting with the Mauringkhat Primary Agroecology Cooperative Society Limited today at Mauringkhang village. The primary goal was to explore ways to enhance the farmers' economic stability through engagement in food processing activities. During the session, the cooperative society shared the initial efforts in producing bamboo shoot and chili pickle, which they have started exporting as a source of livelihood.
Agroecology Cooperative Society kepada ke way na ki unit mah ki primary unit yang ke state level abagiwan bani keduk yang ngaru tit katai ke juba pe ni lasdang na lede la tit ing tang jing pe te ke ying mo te le egom te lasdang tang kam ni layo uni rupi nu asyar layo am dak sing ka layat ke kam di bangin sedang bersi banwan kam ke layat abagiwan bani keduk ki om pe ni dengan lasdang ni layat kam ta hab yarap ipi yang te ani bangalai ring sekeren hab yarap kalang na kota jadi ni song na kadnong kitap jing dokumen ke bakrau bani I bahkan ke grup ke yang lagi jum kejat kayat igi kam ke telun kana ikin ke ba kongsan adu compare ngi dan sipungut ngi dan sangun kajing klain jong kano kenun kam syong ga jing bunpan ke syong ga jing tristong ke jong.
In preparation for the 6th Meghalaya Games 2025 set to take place in Jowai and Wayajer, the Meghalaya Weightlifting Association MWA is teaming up with the District Sports Officer DSO of West Jaintia Hills to host the 2nd Meghalaya State Weightlifting Championship for men and women. President Donald Rimbai recently announced that the tournament will be held on October 26th at the Dorbar Shnang Tepep Palais. The goal of this competition is to highlight the talent and strength of the youth in Jaintia Hills, preparing them for the Meghalaya Games 2025.
Labispo kan salong ini state championship kabar po joy haning idon lang badi isar po iso sports iban ya trailang badngi ni kerpat sabab pinyawan khnang kham tam ne ke area jeng joy mamang ne mencimenta kit sadan po garo po west garo bad na po shillong na po ribhoy de klampep ba ngin expect bakin gun na po joy mencimenta ya kane nama galang ne kalong kajing sedang po joy ka de geset baneng tong tam debat kane kalong kum kajing lagi nginyo di player na po joy bahkan cimenta haka Meghalaya game ke banlong apo joy kadang ko haban peni kane boleh ngiwara kane state championship apo joy kanlong kum kawe ke jingi peni bukan ke jing lakai ba kum no peni lakai weightlifting apo ke Meghalaya game.
And now let's have a look at the weather report. Maximum temperature recorded today was 24.7 degrees Celsius and minimum temperature 17 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity in the morning was 81%, which went up to 86% in the evening. Forecast: light to moderate rainfall and thunder shower is very likely to occur at many places. Before we wind up, here's a short recap. Prime Minister Narendra Modi reaffirms India's commitment to achieve green development at Reinvest Global Meet 2024. Meghalaya government issues advisory to citizens who have travelled from countries with confirmed Mpox cases. Team from World Health Organization visits Meghalaya to investigate case of vaccine-derived polio in Tikrikila. Shillong bids last farewell to former KHADC CEM and Nongtmai MDC Latiplang Kharkongor. And Muslims take out peace procession in Shillong to celebrate Eid Milad un Nabi. And dear viewers, that's all we have for you today in this news bulletin. Until we meet again, thanks for watching. Good night.